we just want to talk about the previous films that we made the box office predictions for in the month of August. So I believe Rob has a list over there, and then I will give the actual numbers that those films received.
All right,
Okay.
welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Nice to see you. Okay, we're gonna go from the top, and that is Deadpool versus Wolverine. Our guesses were between. Okay, for me it was between 1 billion and 1.2 billion, and I believe for everyone else, okay, I don't have names here. Shame it. Okay, for this one I don't have names, but I think other people guessed 500 million, but I think most people guessed 1.211 billion. I forgot.
All right. So how much was yours again?
It was 1 to 1.2.
Yeah, I think we all kind of guessed for that
Yeah,
1
I would
billion
say
range.
All right. Here's the reveal.
Ow, he's even sharing the screen.
Yeah. So Deadpool and Wolverine made 1.266 billion.
We were all
Wait.
Whoa.
1 billion. 1 billion. I guess it's 1,266 million.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Listen carefully.
It is 1 billion
So Black Panther 1
266.
still made more.
What?
No, I'm saying there was an article floating around. There was an article floating around that Deadpool and Wolverine was gonna unseat Black Panther as the highest grossing solo film. Deadpool and Wolverine, which first off, that's misleading because it's not a solo film. It is the very opposite of a
But I
solo
think it's
film.
it's probably the highest X-rated film, is it not?
Yes, that is true. It is.
R-rated,
Yeah.
sorry.
Yes.
It unseated itself, ne? No, it unseated the Joker, yes.
Yeah, unseated the Joker. But the Joker 2 is coming out, so we'll see how that
but
goes.
who cares?
Yeah. So I guess we were all right to a certain extent.
Yeah.
I said 1 to 1.2 somewhere there.
Yeah.
So
yeah. All right, cool.
I'm actually shocked it didn't make more, but I guess like the nostalgia kind of
the first
like
month. It's the first
month. And also, people are spoiling certain scenes nowadays. So
yeah, I'm saying, but like word of mouth is traveling. There's also a lot of spoilers. I don't know if it'll be able to make it past that 1.2 mark. Because also people are saying like their story, like people also are saying like the story is like all right. Like they feel like it's like a reason, like they feel like the story is kind of just a reason for everybody to show up. It's not a reason for like Deadpool and Wolverine to kind of go on this trip or whatever the case is.
I don't think it's gonna age
that
well.
I keep hearing.
It's not a movie that you're gonna be watching 10 years from now.
I was forced to watch it, and was a lot of action and
forced to watch it. Who held you at gunpoint?
Yeah, dog. I have a child.
Oh.
Why is your child watching this? I'm so confused.
No, he's a teenager.
No, he's 16.
Oh, okay.
My dad would never.
No, but I actually checked. It was more action violence than titties and stuff. So that's why I allowed him to watch it.
I mean, there was some brilliant action. I mean, you guys may not have had fun, but I had fun.
Well, my dad would never in general. He hates like comic book stuff in general. He would never. So.
Okay, cool. Let's go to the next one.
Alrighty. Cool. And then number 2 is The Crow. Okay, we've got Kutso for 45. We've got I'm R, which means the rest of us guessed 175.
Yeah.
You guys are gonna be shocked at the reveal. All right, let's go.
All right, let's see.
Boom.
18.
18.3 million.
What? I know I didn't say a high number. I thought it was gonna make like Boma 30 or something, and I was just basing it on
nostalgia.
Nostalgia and fans.
I remember.
And fans of the.
I remember you guys
fans of the actor
were really hoping for the best with this film, but I was like, hell to the no.
No. Even in my notes, it says
no.
Here,
remember,
cheap.
We all agreed it was gonna be bad. And then the only reason I gave it, me and Rob gave it a good number was, I know Rob gave it for nostalgia, and I gave it because I thought FKA Twigs fan would come out,
right?
And I think I pushed it like, I know it was like between 20 and 30 mil. I know I didn't give it a high number, but that was the only reason. I thought nostalgia and the fans of the actress might come out for it. but I
They
didn't.
did
18
not.
is,
Yeah.
And
So
it's
who
so
did
funny.
not.
who was
or
closest,
maybe
Rob?
or maybe that was
You
just
were,
them.
you were.
Maybe it was just the actress's friends. That's why it got to
Yes.
18. Otherwise, it wouldn't have made it that far.
Yeah,
But I mean,
apparently.
it's still the first month, so maybe it might do something.
No,
I don't
dude,
know.
it's flopped.
Nah, it's
It's
dead in the
flopped.
water
No,
at this
it's
point.
flopped.
Because
Yeah.
apparently it's for no one. Okay, from what I'm hearing from reviews is the main character is basically like, because you have to know something. The crow, OG crow is like a gothic badass. In
Yeah.
this one, apparently there's a lot of a lot of reviewers are like, why is he crying so much? And apparently, yeah, do you know what I mean? People
Oh,
are
so it's
like,
like an emo kid.
That's
basically,
what they
yeah.
did with him.
So they made him soft, and they made it more about her. So yeah, a lot of people are saying you took the crow and you went the other way with it. So
So they made
Yeah,
him
you
a
can't
side
make
character
Crow
in his own
secondary
story.
character in his own
basically, yeah,
movie.
Oh, kind of like Mad Max Fury Road.
basically.
It's
But instead of like, yeah, he's like a messenger boy, if that's what everyone is saying. So you still see a lot of him, but it's not really about him, if you know what I mean.
I get you.
Isan.
Oh
So
well.
But I think
yeah.
even Ibile, I think that's also kind of what hurt Mad Max, kind of, sort of. I mean, because people were like leaving that talking about Furiosa, and it's just
Mm.
like, well, it's not called Furiosa. You need Max
Yeah.
there.
So
Yeah.
much so
So
that they even made a prequel. I mean, there were talks about a prequel just because of Charlize Theron's performance. People are like, we need a solo Furiosa film. That's how
Okay.
But I
bad
mean,
it was.
also like, yeah, I don't know if like they waited too long, and I still don't know if it would have,
Yeah.
you
Yeah,
know.
I think it's both. Number one, they waited too long, 100%. And number two, just because the critics were excited doesn't mean that the
The
fan
audience
base.
is,
Yeah,
yeah.
exactly.
Yeah. But I
But
mean,
yeah.
look, to be honest, Charlize Theron gave a great performance in
Oh
that
yeah,
movie.
of course.
No, I mean nobody's doubting that, but I think
Huh?
also just sometimes as a director, when you're taking on an IP, you need to make sure that you put the main character focused front and center. He's got to
100%.
be, he's at least got to be compelling that he's not competing with too many side characters in his own story. Because once that happens, you start losing fans. Like that's what I think killed Crow, is
Yeah.
that people wanted to go see the Crow, and now they're seeing this guy who's not the Crow, and it's just like Ibile, yeah, you're the center of the, but you don't feel like the center. So now, what am I here for?
Yeah.
It got
That's
so
true.
bad that the softness of for Mad Max, people basically, because I'm sure you guys have heard of that Mad Max theory of that it's not actually Mad Max. It's actually
Oh yeah,
it's the boy from the last Mad Max movie, because in the last Mad Max movie he doesn't have the car when he leaves. The boy has the car basically. So how
so
can it be
people are
Mad
trying
Max?
to, so people are trying to theorize that it's not a reboot, it's like a
It's a
continuation,
sequel.
it's a
Yes.
sequel.
Wait, so they're saying Tom Hardy's not Mad Max?
Exactly. Tom Hardy is the boy from the last Mad Max movie. It's not
And that's
actually.
not good for the Max brand.
Oh,
It's
it's
not
not.
good.
It's not.
Because if they make another one now and they try to bring Max back, people are already going to feel like it's a Furiosa story, not
Yeah.
Max's story. And that just makes the brand confusing. It's like focusing on Q when you're supposed to be focusing on James Bond.
Yeah.
Yeah.
100%.
Mm.
Anyway.
Yeah.
All right. What's next?
Cool. Okay, yeah, we said not okay. It ends with us.
All
Okay.
right. So this is the movie that became controversial after we
Hey,
recorded.
Chief.
Now, based on the book sales and stuff like that, I had the highest guess of 350 million. And then the rest of you guys had shared 250.
All
And the
right.
results.
So let us look at the results.
Drum roll.
We need the soundboard, guys. We need that soundboard, like the thing where you press the button and it makes a sound. We need that.
Yep.
Oh, you guys.
285.
286.5
Oh.
million. So we're closer, right?
Yeah, you guys are
No,
close.
I would say Rob. Oh, you said 350, right?
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah, we
so
said about
we
250. Yeah.
Yep.
so we're closer for now, but it could probably get to that
Change.
350 mark at the end.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But it did very well, eh? For a budget of 25 million?
Yeah.
No,
I
yeah,
told you
killed.
guys. I told you guys. I said, no, you guys don't understand the book sales.
But do you think it's the controversy as well?
Nah, I don't think
No,
that's
I
what
think
it
it's
is.
the book sales.
I think it's the book sales. The controversy probably knocked off another 50 mil off it.
Yes, I agree. I
Yeah.
think
If
if it
anything, the
was
controversy knocked
yes.
another 50, 80
Right.
mil off it. I think
Yes.
if it wasn't for the controversy, And if people like they saw like these people know what they're talking about and they understand the story, I guarantee you it probably would have gone above Rob's prediction. Because if it did this well, when people were already saying like this person doesn't even know what the story is about, and she's produced it and she's the actress in it, what's going on, and it did that well.
Shout out to
So
Justin Baldoni, because I think for him to be, I mean, he took it seriously, and for this movie to do so well, that's amazing.
He also made himself the bad guy, which I didn't see that coming. So
Yeah. By the way, I was at Exclusive Books a few days ago, and I saw that I mean, I know books tend to do this, but guess what they did? They made the cover, the film cover, the cover of the book. So they're reprinting it, and then they use Blake Lively's face as
no,
the
I mean like
hey, man,
one
that's
thing that
cashing
I
in.
saw, because I love the Jason Bourne books. I used to read those a lot. And those got reprinted like all the time, and they kept on showing what's
Matt
his
Damon.
face, Matt Damon's face.
Yeah.
And that's like, and the books are nothing like the movies at all.
Exactly. Because I know the same thing happened with Accidental Billionaires by Ben something. It's based
That's one
on The Social
series.
Network.
Yeah,
The Social Network.
That's one series where the books are better than the movies. Like, if you like the movies, you should definitely read the books. They kill the movies. But anyway,
Right. Yeah. So that Social Network film, you just see Jesse Eisenberg there. You're like, oh, so yeah, they're basically trying to sell you this thing, but I guess it works. Anyway, what's next, Rob?
Okay, then we got Blink Twice, the Channing Tatum one that's done by Zoe Kravitz, directed by Zoe Kravitz. That's the one I was interested in.
Yeah.
I've got 80 million. And then Zuko's got 60 million. Kutso has got, okay, I think that's an 80 as well. Yeah, Kutso. Okay, I think most of us have 80 million. Bakmeister also got 80 million.
Okay, guys, you're gonna be surprised, I guess.
uh-oh.
31.4 million.
That's painful. Oof, that's painful.
Ooh. Oh.
What's the IMDb? I really thought I heard some positive reviews about this.
I don't know, maybe it's still too early.
Maybe, yeah, but I don't know. At this point, it's been a month, dog.
Exactly.
Like, it's not a Marvel movie where people can be like, oh, I can watch this and go back and see Wesley Snipes again,
That's
or whatever.
True. But
And
also,
also, it's just like, I don't know, Channing Tatum as a weird billionaire, it's a hard sell. He's been so many frat boys. He's been so many strippers. He's been
a dancer,
like
a soldier.
Like, if you're trying to sell this guy as a weird eccentric billionaire, it's very difficult. Like, if he was doing extreme sports, or like if he was doing like a crazy like a skateboarding course or something of that nature, I'd buy it more.
You actually just make me realize that Channing Tatum would be the perfect person to be in a Fast and Furious movie, not these other things. The way you're explaining him.
He'd do well in the. It's unfortunate.
Well, he'd act a lot of the people into the ground, because he's able to do that quirky, like, it's stupid, but we're having a good time. He sells that pretty well. I'm not saying he's above drama and comedy. He's kind of good at that stuff. I'm just saying that for the type of movie that Blink Twice was supposed to be, he's supposed to be a dude that, like, he's supposed to be charming and bring you in, but he's also supposed to feel like weird and off-putting. And like, Channing Tatum is not weird and off-putting.
Yeah, it's pretty much an open book. I saw these sort of like variety type of things, or I forgot the GOAT something, where they show two people holding cards, and they'll ask questions like, who do you think is the GOAT basketball player? So it was him and Zoe Kravitz. And Zoe was like, GOAT movie role, and she's like, not even Blink Twice. He's like, no, Blink Twice was not my my best role. I'm like, dog, this movie just came out now, and you're gonna say that Blink Twice is not your favorite role?
Yeah.
That's bad PR.
Or your best role, rather.
Even if he was lying, like, and he said this one, just for the PR, it would have
Exactly.
Would have come
Yeah,
off
I
fake.
guess so. But maybe also it's just because he's trying to do that playful banter, and women will be like, "Oh, I'm gonna go see this movie to spite Channing Tatum because he's not
Ah,
believing in his wife's dreams or whatever because they're
Mm.
engaged or whatever the case is." Maybe that's what they were doing. They were kind of doing like like how Hugh Jackman and Ryan Reynolds were roasting each other for
Yeah.
Deadpool and Wolverine.
yeah.
Yeah,
Maybe
but
it's
that
something
works
like
for them
that.
because of already just Reynolds' personality that makes that okay. But for this one, I don't know. That
No,
doesn't
I
that I,
feel
I
you. I
understand what
feel you.
it was trying to do, but I don't think
No, I
it
feel
it,
you.
it
It's like it was not the yeah. This one was not the.
Yeah.
I
mm,
think you guys
Look,
got
I'm not sure if it's variety, but it's one of those things like lad, eyebrow,
yes, yes. I,
something.
I I saw I saw a clip of it on YouTube. I don't know what
Yeah.
it was. I can't remember, but I see what you're talking about.
Ish, because there's thousands of these things. It's hard to keep
Yeah,
up.
those little couple things where they like disagree and disagree and things like that.
Yeah, something like that, but slightly different. Because I know Martin and Will Smith also did it. But anyway, what
Mm.
else do we have? Wait, so who's closest?
None of
I
us.
am because I
Oh
said
yeah.
60.
You
Oh
said
yeah.
60. Yeah,
Yeah.
no.
But
You see,
even yours is a whole 30
But I'm
million.
still like I'm still like I'm like what? Because I said 60, they made 31, so I'm still like oh
you doubled.
just above 50%.
All right. What's next,
I
Rob?
really believed
yo.
in Channing Tatum.
No,
Well,
but remember I did say Channing Tatum has one of those hit and miss at the box office. Like
Yeah.
his one movie will make 200 million, and then his next movie will make 10 million. He's got a
actually, if you
very
look
hit
at
and miss record,
Yeah, like
which is
everybody loves him as
unfortunate because I
Gambit
think he's
now.
talented. But
Everybody loves
like,
him as Gambit, but this one is not doing so well. So
yeah, if
mm,
you look at this list of movies, his list of movies is actually not that good right now. I didn't even know Magic Mike's Last Dance came out.
yeah,
It's
with
only
Salma Hayek,
4
didn't it
rolls.
come
well,
out
Yeah,
last year?
look, I just watched it because Salma Hayek was there, but I fell asleep.
yeah.
I've never finished it. I think I watched the first 10 minutes or 20 minutes.
Right now,
Yeah.
if you look at his entire thing, if you exclude mini roles like Deadpool and Wolverine, and Bullet Train, he's rocking fives and sixes in his entire IMDb right now. It's pure
Oh,
Mm,
garbage.
and also Bullet Train was that whole thing where Sandra Bullock asked Brad Pitt to make a cameo in that movie that she made with Channing Tatum, and well, then they would feature in Brad Pitt's movie Bullet Train because they also have cameos in that movie. So it was like an exchange of sorts.
Mm. Which
Yeah,
happens, yeah. But yeah, it looks
mm.
like he has a pretty bad record right now. He's kind of flopping all over the place.
that's crazy.
I think also he never stuck to a lane. Like he started with
Yeah,
dancing and then he went to action and then in between he like
and then he did rom-coms.
and then he did and then he did that romance
I
one
think if
with
he stuck with action and rom-com, he would have killed.
Yeah,
yeah, that's the thing. He doesn't have a lane.
yeah.
Like he's everywhere. He's doing you can't do everything. As
Because
much as
you're right.
I
He
think
started.
he
He
can
started.
do it. He's
Mhm.
got the talent for it, but people need to associate you with something. You have to have a brand and then
Yeah,
you can start doing anything.
you're right. Because I remember. So while he was doing the rom-com stuff, he was also doing drama. He was doing like Coach Carter and
Mm.
all these other things.
You
So
see, if you'd stuck to those, if you stuck to like dance, romance,
comedy, because
he
he
would have
also
been
did
killing
like
it.
21, 22 Jump Street, This Is the End, that kind of stuff.
Nah,
And
You see that
Foxcatcher. If he'd stayed with Foxcatcher, he'd be an Oscar-winning performer right now. That's the one he should have stayed with.
but you see, if he followed what Jonah Hill was doing, because remember, Jonah Hill would do comedy, he would do
Mm.
like Super Bad, right? And then he would do Wolf
Okay, I
of
think
Wall
we've been
Street.
talking about Tatum for too long. We got other movies, gents.
Yeah. Anyway,
okay.
what
As
do
you
you have
can
Guys,
next,
see,
Rob?
Buckmeister has a lot of love for Tatum. I'm just kidding.
What do we have next, Rob?
He gonna make a name for himself. Um,
That
uno,
boy good.
dos,
That boy
tres,
good.
tres, cuatro, cinco. Okay, here we go. Alien Romulus.
All
Uh,
right.
the the Miso has 240. Zuko has 140. Buckmeister shares 240 with me, and Kutso shared 140 with Zuko.
oh,
No,
Split down the middle.
to congratulations to you and Rob, to Buckmaster and Rob, because boom.
Okay.
Oh,
Oh, wow.
289.
And I
Yeah.
thought so.
This one I don't mind being wrong on because
Yeah.
I love the franchise. So
Yeah.
Yep.
Same here.
Now that what's his face got his fingers, I think what's his face has become stale. So now that his fingers are off of it, it's making money again. Good.
Who's that?
Ridley Scott, he needs to
Ah.
reduce his grip, which is such a shame.
Yeah, I mean the fact
Same.
that he's doing Gladiator too, I don't get it. Like, didn't he do Napoleon?
Yep, that disaster that was Napoleon. Yes.
And he did Gods and Kings, and that didn't work out as well. Moses.
Yep.
hey dog, that was
That was a
like
long time
visually
ago.
that was beautiful, but like everything else, I don't know. But in
Did
this
he
short,
do Blade Runner for 2049?
No, that was my one of my top 5 directors, Denis Villeneuve.
Oh, Mr. Dune.
Mr. Dune.
All right, let's go. What's the next one?
All right, jumping straight to the next one. That is Trapped. I had
All right.
95.
Hey.
Suko had 50.
Yeah.
Buckmeister had
I
30.
think I gave it too much
And
credit.
Kutsu had 50. Yeah, it's very mixed. The results.
What was yours?
I've got 95.
Ah.
The premise was good to me, so I had high hopes.
All right, so it made 76.6 million at the box office. So I guess Rob is the
Rob is
closest.
the closest.
Hey,
Yeah.
it did better than I thought. The reviews I saw online.
Hey, dog, that premise is fire, man. I told you that premise.
Well, the thing is, when people, I don't know, like, it's just that when I hear everything, it's like the biggest compliment I hear is that the performances are great, but the story is nonsense.
Oh, dude, you got to hear about the story. Apparently, this is what I've heard. Okay, so basically, the reason they say the performances are great is because when they're in the concert hall, everyone is like, for the first half of the story, this is great. But then the excuses for them to stay in the concert hall start to get sillier and sillier. So people start to like it less and less. And then they leave the concert. And that's when the movie just falls off the rails. And it turns out this movie is a concert. They were like, yeah. No, this is for M. Night's daughter, not for.
I've heard such comments that it's just
Yeah,
about Knight's daughter.
Yeah.
But
So,
they were
I
like,
mean, usually there's like studio interference, right? When it comes to certain drafts.
yeah.
Like for instance with Josh Trank when he was doing the Fantastic Four or for
Yes.
Fantastic.
Yes.
Yeah, how he had a draft, but then the studios came in and they tried to change it and to try to get someone else in and all of that. So it could have been the case, or
I
M.
doubt
Night-
that
M. Night just
because
got a
M. Night's
creative
daughter,
block.
M. Night's daughter ain't Taylor Swift. Like,
Exactly.
it's not.
There's
They're not. They wouldn't be trying to like. Because like Taylor Swift to me average as hell. Like Swifties, I'm sure you don't care, but anyway, to me average as hell performer. She's fine, but like she's famous.
Yeah.
Like, so if she was in a movie, you can see the executives going, we need to get the Swifties in here. We need that Swifty money. Get Swifty.
Let's get the M. Night Shyamalan Swifties
that concert
here.
had
No
been a
one
Taylor
said
Swift
that.
concert.
Yeah.
I'm telling you right now, if that concert actually had been that they were
Taylor
going to was a
Swift.
Taylor Swift concert and it was actually Taylor Swift in there,
Yeah.
even if all she did was just be on the stage, that movie would have made 300 mil easy.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh well.
In the first week, it would have probably made 500 mil just because of the Swifties.
Yeah. So I think this exactly. So I think this was M. Night being given control. Do your thing, buddy. And this is what he did.
Sounds Zack Snyder-ish, but
yes, exactly.
Because like the thing is like as the guy tries to escape, it's just like everybody else around him gets dumber and dumber. And I'm like, yeah, that would be very frustrating to watch.
If I was M. Night, I'll be like, there are these two guys that did this other thing, a cat and mouse thing in Japan. It's an anime called Death Note. Maybe I should call them to help me out with this thing.
No, because the
Or
Japanese
just watch it so that you could just get some ideas.
Exactly.
Because I think that's one of the things that
Tarantino
movie
does
was
steal.
missing. I think it was just missing like an opposing force. Like as much as we're following this serial killer, I think if there was like a guy who was like an opposing force to the serial killer, I think that would have maybe amped up the interest. But yeah, I mean,
so the conflict was more in your mind, then there wasn't
Not
an
even in
actual
your
Well, I mean,
mind. You're
Just one-sided.
not even in your mind. It's just that you're following this guy that you know is a serial killer, and basically you're supposed to invest in his escape. And then they also said that the ending of the movie was hella stupid.
Yeah. I mean,
But anyway.
Yeah, that premise works, guys. I mean, the Japanese, actually, funny enough, I discovered, of my film lovers, I used to think it was Japanese that like perfected that art of like the locked in a room type stuff. But in actual fact, the OG person is Hitchcock. You guys know Alfred Hitchcock. He used to do these kinds of premises where like you're locked in a room, you got to figure your way out type stuff. His old stuff was that kind of thing. Then the Japanese kind of took over because Americans weren't doing that anymore. You can watch some videos about Tarantino where he's like, we don't do story anymore. We just do character stuff. That's Tarantino talking about a lot of American movies nowadays. So M. Night Shyamalan, it's almost like he's bringing it back, and then he fails. So it's, But
yeah, it just seems like he needs someone else he needs like a Robin in his creative thing to help him out and say, no, Batman. I mean, M. Night, let's not.
Yeah, George Lucas's wife. Yes, you need like.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wait, anyway, they're married again.
What's next?
No, his ex-wife. My bad.
Oh, no, I think they are, or they're together again. Something is happening, but anyway.
Possible. I actually don't know. And then the final one, ladies and gentlemen, is Borderlands.
All right. So, what? How much did we?
Bombinglands.
We were all very generous. We were all ridiculously generous.
Okay.
I think we're generous because we thought just on it would float on hype.
Oh yeah, we did on hype alone.
And that
was my mistake.
By the time people realized the story was whack, it would have already made some money.
Yep. Okay.
For me, it was only Kate Blanchett that made me think it would make so much money. No one else.
It was dead on arrival for me.
She looked old.
Okay.
Like she's fine, but like the character she's playing is a very, very young woman.
Yes.
So for them to cast Kate Blanchett, it was just like, okay.
What's wrong with you?
You might have been better casting off like a Margot Robbie if you needed a name.
Right. But I don't think she's.
Oh no, that's.
Yeah, I don't think they can afford it anymore after Barbie.
Exactly. That's 50 million per movie right there, man.
Yeah. Anyway.
Okay, cool. So Kutso and Buckmeister and Zuko, all of you guys share 200 million. Lol.
Oh God.
But it gets worse.
We were very hopeful
by far because I've got 450 million.
Oh Lord.
Yeah. Hey, I like the game, guys.
We had hope. Sheesh.
So here are the numbers, guys.
That's what we were hopeful.
Wing
31.2 million.
Yo. On 120 million. Yo.
Dude, and
you haven't even made your budget back, dog.
To make it worse, this thing was released in the Chinese theater on the 6th of August. And usually when they release these movies at the Chinese theater, they have great numbers.
Yeah, that's where they make their money first, yeah?
Yep. I mean, population-wise, China is...
And also China doesn't really care. Like, they just watch whatever, so...
Yeah, as long as it's not offensive to them or their culture, then
exactly.
Well,
maybe this was...
Yeah, guys, there you go. Those are our predictions. Some wins, some losses. Sometimes
some big losses.
We took some L's.
So Borderlands did the same as thingy.
Blink Twice.
As Blink Twice. Yes, thank you.
No, but I think the budget for Blink Twice was a bit lower, was it not?
Yes, like 25.
It was way lower.
I mean, it didn't make its budget back either. No, I mean, it did.
It didn't even make its marketing budget.
No, but I'm saying Blink Twice did. It was like 20 million for the budget, and it made 31. So yeah, they didn't break even.
Yeah, because
this one is horrible.
No, this one is a loss and a half. That's a bomb.
That's a beating.
Yo, that is a nuclear. That's a Shinra Tensei.
But isn't Crow is also horrible as well, though.
Yep.
But I'm saying it's worse for Borderlands because one, it's a bigger IP, and two, like that budget is like 120. Like you only spend that type of money when you're thinking you're going to be hitting 500, 600 somewhere there.
100%.
Yeah, fair enough. All right.